And Mayor Emanuel is right back out on the campaign trail today and speaking with reporters. And our chief correspondent Jay Levine has learned reaching out to other primary candidates. And who would that be, Jay?
Robin, Willie Wilson for one. He called him last night, and then the mayor spent an hour at Wilson's lakefront penthouse this afternoon. The two will meet again, Wilson tells me, before he decides who to endorse in the runoff. Phase 2, according to the mayor, beginning with an all-out push for black voters.
The mayor arrived at the far South Side Senior Citizen Center right after his meeting with Willie Wilson and set right to winning over voters one by one.
I do think there is a difference between a multi-candidate field, which I refer to as a multiple choice, versus two candidates where there's a clear choice. Chewy loves the city. He's a good man, but that doesn't mean we can disagree without being disagreeable. I disagree with the idea of being vague, not specific, denying that we have challenges. I've been clear that we have to look our challenges straight in the eye, meet them head on.
Twice he said he won 35 of 50 wards, suggesting he won more than he lost. But he also confronted head on, with some urging, the suggestion that yesterday's vote was more about his style than the substance of what he'd done.
There is a perception out there that you're arrogant, and that's what voters are rebelling against. True or false? Do you have to do something about that?
Yeah, look, I have part of...
You won't even admit that you're disappointed at what happened yesterday.
Well, Jay, obviously it doesn't take a... you don't need me to say, would I like to have been at 50 versus 45? Of course I would. That said, I have to make sure that people know that I'm going to earn this job. Nobody gives coronation in the city of Chicago, and to quote Harold Washington, politics ain't beanbag.
Mr. Mayor, do you even think that perceived arrogance is a problem for you getting reelected?
I think people need to know what is the reason for my passion.
Your personal style.
I just said what I'm going to do, which is I don't think you should be not who you are, okay? That's what the worst thing in politics is that people think you're not honest with yourself. They are smart.
In other words, don't expect a kinder, gentler mayor, but one who will try to pin Garcia down on pensions, public safety, and city finances while working to repair his ties to black voters, where head-to-head, he actually defeated Garcia by a 2-to-1 margin yesterday and feels that Wilson's voters could be his as well. Rob, Mike?
What are the odds that Willie Wilson is going to endorse Rahm Emanuel, notwithstanding their meeting today?
Well, you remember what he said at the end of the campaign, and even last night, I think, I'm for anyone except Rahm Emanuel. Now, here they are meeting for an hour today and talking about mutual interests and pledging to get back to one another. I don't think any decision has been made at this point on who exactly Wilson will throw his support to, and he got more than 20% of the vote in a lot of black wards.
And Wilson was taking credit for causing the runoff to begin with last night afterwards.
And he was probably correct.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Jay.